Hi everyone, welcome back. So today I'm finally doing my Best of Beauty for 2019. So these are all the products that I've been loving a lot over the past year. You will have seen them quite a lot on my channel and tutorials and things like that. But I just want to round up all of my favourite products really for you. A couple of you guys suggested that I do this video, so I'm happy about that. I don't have a product from every category of makeup because when I was actually going through, you know, on my makeup category by category, there wasn't like a standout product for every category of makeup really. So I've just picked out my absolute favourite products here from the past year. I think I've got everything. I might have forgotten some things, but if I remember later on then I will write them in the description box before the video goes up. I really love all these products I'm going to talk to you about, so let's just go ahead and we'll get started. Okay, I'm going to skip over foundation because I didn't find a really great foundation this year. I've been using like a lot of my older foundations and things like that. I have one foundation that I have been using this past month actually that I've been loving, which you would have seen in the video before this I believe, which is the MAC Face and Body. I've been really loving that, but I've only started using that this year, 2020. So yeah, it's not really part of my 2019 favourites. I think probably the only foundation that I did get last year that I thought was quite nice was the Urban Decay Naked foundation. That was quite nice, but I haven't used it enough to be part of like my favourites, if you know what I mean. I do have like a bunch of foundations that I absolutely love. I have been using a lot this year, like the Too Faced Peach Perfect, which is this one. Right here is what I've got on my face today. I do love the Born This Way from Too Faced as well. So they are like a bunch of my favourite foundations that I have been wearing all year. Just like as for a new product, I wouldn't say I have an absolute favourite. And to be honest, like a lot of the products I have here aren't all brand new products from 2019. Some of them have been from previous years as well. But like I just wanted to include them and just tell you about all the products that I have been loving, you know, from the past year, regardless of them being new or slightly older. So yeah, enough of that, and let's move on to concealer. So like I said, I have been using some older products from the past few years as well. The concealer I've been using a lot this year is this one from Too Faced. It's a Born This Way multi-use sculpting concealer. This is an absolutely amazing concealer. Like, it's a full coverage concealer that covers everything. You only need to use like a little pea size amount of it because it goes a long way. Looks great under the eye area. You can also use it for spot concealing their face as well. I have a few different shades of this. But yeah, it's a great coverage concealer. I think it looks really nice on the skin. I like pairing this concealer with lighter coverage foundations and also more fuller coverage foundations. I think it looks equally as good. I also really loved the Fenty Pro Filter Concealer. That's another great one. I used that a lot actually in the summertime, and I took that on holiday with me as well. It's just a bit more of a lighter coverage concealer. Has a kind of soft blurry aspect to it as well, which is quite nice. So it kind of diffuses the look of like pores and things like that, which is nice. So that's another one of my favourite concealers that I've been using this year. So now I'm going to move on to bronzers. I have two here that are standouts. Like, I have used quite a few bronzers this year, but I always go back to these and I've used these ones the most. So the first one is actually a cream bronzer, which is so different from me because like I don't tend to use cream bronzers a lot. Like, I haven't used them really before this product because I always found them to be quite patchy when you blended them, sort of thing. But this one is just absolutely amazing, and it is the Huda Beauty Tantour Contour and Bronzing Cream in the shade Light. That's the shade Light there, and it is quite dark shade, but when you apply it to the cheeks it's not as dark really. It does blend nicely and it lightens up slightly. I have this on my cheeks today. I really love it. I think it is gorgeous. It looks so natural on the skin as well. It blends like a dream. This is the only cream contour product that I've ever liked. I've tried a few in the past and I haven't really liked them just because they've always looked quite patchy when I blended them, but this one is just amazing, like so good. It's very effortless to blend. Yeah, like I can use this to bronze my cheeks. I can also actually use this for contouring. It just depends on like the brush that I'm using. So if I want to like just use it to bronze my cheeks like I've done today, and rather than contouring, I just use like a kind of bigger brush, which I don't actually have right here. It's over there actually, that I use today just to kind of like bronze the cheeks. But if I'm like going to be contouring with it, I will use a slightly smaller brush like that, you know, so that you can sort of like be more precise in chiseling out like your cheekbones. It's the best kind of cream contour product ever used, and like it is a new product from this past year. And then I have a powder bronzer here that I want to share with you that I have been using for many years. I've mentioned it and used it many times on my channel, and it's the NARS Laguna bronzer. So this is actually a brand new one, which I actually just got there for Christmas, and like that's the shade of it right there. Hang on, I'll take this little plastic bit off. There's a better look at it there. So this is a matte bronzer, and it's slightly on the more warm side. Like it's kind of warm and kind of cool at the same time, like a sort of that in between shade that's perfect for bronzing as well as contouring the cheeks. So I've actually applied a teeny little bit of this on top of the cream bronzer there from Huda today, like just to sort of set the cream bronzer in place. And I just love this bronzer, like regardless like of using like a cream bronzer, I just use this on its own on my cheeks and I absolutely love it. I think it's great. So it's my absolute favourite bronzer. I 110% recommend this to everyone. Like I think the powder is just so flawless. It applies lovely, it doesn't look patchy, doesn't look grey. Like probably it depends on your skin tone though, but if you are more light medium skin, then this will be absolutely perfect. Like it's just gorgeous. It's a bit more of an expensive bronzer, but it's totally worth it. And this is probably my third one of these. Yeah, my third one. As you see, like in a lot of my videos, I've hot pan a couple of times when I'm using it. But yeah, like I just got this at Christmas again there because it's just my absolute favourite. I need it, you know, in my everyday daily makeup routine and collection. So yeah, love this. Okay, now for setting powders, I've got a couple here that I really love. There's one other one that I have been using over the past month, but I'm not going to include it because it's just I've just started using this sort of thing. But it is it's became one of my favourite translucent setting powders as well. But I just want to include these two because these ones I've been using the most, and it is the Fenty Pro Filter and also the Too Faced Peach Perfect. So these are great powders. They do basically a similar job really. With the Fenty Beauty one, I like to use this to set my under eye area because it has this kind of soft blurring effect to it, just like the concealer, that it makes your under eye look really kind of flawless and kind of like looks blurred really. It's a really finely milled powder. I've got the shade Butter here, so it's not too yellow of a shade. I feel like Banana is just too yellow for my under eye area, so like Butter or anything, you know, with a tiny tinge of like a creamy like yellow colour is better for my under eye area. But yeah, so I have this on my under eye area today. I think it looks great. Just a teeny amount of it actually. So that one is great. Again, you can use it for all over your face to set your base makeup. But I usually use this one to set my entire face, you know, around the edges of my face and things like that before I go in with a powder bronzer. So yeah, this is the Peach Perfect from Too Faced. It is more of a mattifying loose powder. It's equally as great as the Fenty one. If you can see here, like the Peach Perfect one is a little bit more kind of on the peachy side. But when you apply it, it doesn't really look peachy on the face. It is more translucent. The shade here is called Translucent Peach Whisper. So it has that little hint of peach, but when you apply it to the face, you can't really see it. Okay, so for brows, I have a product here that I found this year. I think it was this year. Yeah, that is basically a dupe for my favourite high-end brow product. And it is the Revolution Pro. The Pro bit is actually rubbed off here, but it's Revolution Pro Brow Duo Powder, and this is a really great dupe for the Anastasia Brow Powder Duo, which is this one right here. I have both of these in the shade dark brown, and they are very similar. I can't really open this one just now because it's actually broken, like the edges of what was left in this is actually broken, so if I open this the powder will go everywhere and it'll be a disaster. But yeah, they are very similar in shade really. So that is the inside of the Revolution one. As you can see, if you know from the Anastasia, like if you're familiar with the Anastasia one, then you'll know this looks very similar inside, you know, with the half and half, like, you know, 2 different shades in the pan like that. I mostly use this shade, but I only really use this shade here. It's the same from the Anastasia one, I only use like one side of that as well, which is a bit of a shame because obviously the Anastasia one is quite dear, it's quite expensive, and you like for me anyway, I only use like one side of it, so I would wish you'd maybe come out with the shades just individually in the pan rather than like a split pan sort of thing. I think it would be a lot better. I would get double the amount of use out of the product as well. But anyway, these are just equally as good. I feel like they are really nice on, like, both of these are really nice on the brows. This is what I've got on my brows today from the Revolution one. On my brows today, I'm out of this one, and like I really like this one. Like, I think it is great, probably a little bit better than this one, even though I feel like it is basically a dupe. I just feel like there's something about this I just like a little bit more, so I might have to pick up another one of these. But it is basically a dupe, and I do have a video on my channel actually where I, you know, applied one of, you know, like one to either side of my brows. Like, one brow had the Anastasia, one brow had the Revolution, and you can see sort of like, you know, how that turned out. So if you want to see that, then I will link it up in the eye. I'll also link it down below for you. I used the Anastasia one more at the first half of last year, and then for the kind of second half of last year I used the Revolution one because that's when I sort of discovered it, round about just before summer. And to set my brows in place, I've been using this one all year from Benefit. This is the 24-hour brow setter. Yeah, it's just a clear brow gel which looks like that inside. It has like slightly longer bristles on one side and slightly shorter bristles on the other side, and I'll just go between either side really with my brows. I'm not too fussed at what side I use really, because I feel like it does the job well. It doesn't make your brows feel crunchy, which is good. Really like this. Now for eyeshadow, there's only one palette that really stands out to me from last year, and it is the new one from Anastasia and Carly Bible, this one right here. It's got a mixture of cool tones as well as kind of a few warm tones, so that's it inside there. I have upside down just because it's easier for me to hold, but yeah, that's it right there. Really gorgeous shades in here. Like, it's like my favourite palette from last year in terms of like colour story. I feel the colour story in this is gorgeous. I feel like it's a very wearable palette as well as a palette you can use for glam evening looks. So that's what I really like about it. I love like the kind of lighter shades here. Like, I love Moo, I love Bolly, I really love the Aura shade, the Step shade, also the Chai shade. I have a mixture of them actually on my eyes today for this look, and yeah, it's gorgeous. I did have a tutorial with this palette using more of the cooler tone shades, which are like these ones right here, and then I lost the footage on my camera for it, so I never managed to get that video up, but I may do it again further down the line. This one was my favourite palette from Anastasia last year. I got the Riviera one, which I think that was last year as well, yeah, and I didn't think that was as great as this one because a lot of them had like pressed pigment formulas in that palette, and like, yeah, I just didn't feel like they applied well or performed as good as this palette does. So yeah, really love this palette. Okay, so I don't really have a standout mascara from last year. I have been using like lots of different mascaras last year. I'd probably say the only one that I tried last year, I think for the first time, but I think it was out the year before, was the Benefit Bad Girl Bang. That was great. I didn't think it would be as good as what it actually was. So yeah, that was probably the only one that I tried last year that I really loved. I have another one, actually a full size one. It was like a little mini one I was using last year. I have a full size one now, which I'm excited to use once I'm out of the one I'm using right now. That's probably the only standout mascara from last year. I think I do really like the Revolution mascara. I used that a lot last year as well, but I don't have it on me to show you because I've just finished that actually. Now, a product that I've been really loving for the past year for my waterline, I've been using it basically every single time I do like an eye look. Oh god, I just absolutely stabbed the hell out of this with the lid. Well, I'll need to sharpen this, so excuse the mess of it. But this is the Rimmel Scandalise Waterproof Kohl Kajal. Yeah, so this I absolutely love. This is great. This is the best nude liner I have ever tried. It is amazing for the waterline, goes on super creamy, and it's waterproof. Like, it doesn't budge. Whereas I've tried other ones that just disappear in my waterline, like even like black eyeliner pencils or pens, when they are not waterproof, they disappear in my waterline. This is waterproof and it's just amazing. It just lasts all day, I would say, in my waterline actually, which is good. I have this on my waterline today, and it just sort of like brightens up the, you know, the lower kind of lash line, you know, makes your eyes look a little bit bigger, a bit more awake. So I love doing that with a more kind of dramatic eye look. I also like doing it for more of a kind of subtle everyday eye look as well. It just really opens the eyes, I feel, and yeah, it's really nice. It feels comfortable on the waterline. It's really comfortable to apply, because some other ones I've tried before are quite stiff, and then they just get all chalky, break up and go into the eyes, and before you know it, your eyes are streaming with tears. But this one is just really, really good, nice and creamy in the waterline, and also it's the perfect shade. Like, it's obviously a nude shade. I've tried nudes before, but there's something about this actual shade. It's just perfect. It's very, very natural looking on the waterline. Some other ones I've tried are too yellow, and some ones I've tried are too kind of like peachy. They just haven't been the right tone, whereas this one is absolutely perfect. So yeah, I highly recommend this to you. It's pretty easy to sharpen as well. Yeah, like, it's really easy to sharpen, because other ones sometimes are just terrible. This one is really good, and this is actually a new one. This is my third one of this, I think, or my second one. No, third. It must be my third. Well, it's my third because it would be my second, but it's actually my third, because when I was on holiday I dropped this along with my Kat Von D eyeliner right down the base, right down the patio bit of where I was staying, so I couldn't get it. So I lost that, and that was like basically a brand new one that I got then as well. Okay, so I've got a bunch of lip products here I want to talk about, and in fact, actually, before I do the lip products, I just want to mention my absolute favourite eyeliner from the past year, for the past 2 years actually, has been the Kat Von D Tattoo Eyeliner. It's in the shade Trooper Black, and it's a waterproof liquid eyeliner. It's what I have on my eyes today. It's what I have on my eyes all the time, basically, when I've got a wing going on. This is a little mini one. I had a full size, dropped that through the patio bit where I stayed on holiday, but I had one before that as well, which I ran out of. That's why I bought a brand new one of that for going on holiday, and I lost it. But anyway, this one I got from the Glossy Box advent calendar, I think it was, which I was so happy about, because I knew I had to go out and replace this, and then end up getting that and that, so I was so ecstatic about it. That's what I use on my eyes for a wing, and it's a little bit more on the kind of satin side. It's not like matte, and it's not super glossy. It's more on the satin side. It has a little bit of a sheen to it, but not too much, and it just looks great. It's really jet black, if you know what I mean. Like, it lasts all day. It doesn't fade. It doesn't go grey. Some eyeliners I've tried before are just like, they just go grey, and they're just not as good. Like, there's something about the Kat Von D one that I really love. It's nice and liquidy. It just glides on lovely, and it has a little ball thing inside it that keeps the liquid flowing. Like I mentioned about this eyeliner all the time, I love the little ball bit in it. Yeah, best eyeliner pen. Okay, so I'm going to move on to the lips now, and I have a couple lip liners here that I want to share with you that I have been really enjoying this past year. So the first one I'm going to start off with is probably the newest lip liner of the bunch that I have here, like the newest released one, you know. And it is from Haus Laboratories, or Haus or House, don't know how you actually pronounce this, but it's the Lady Gaga brand. And this is a lip liner, it's called the RIP lip liner, which is in the shade Myth, and it's a demi matte lip liner. So that's it right there. I've just sharpened it a little bit for this video, but this is a really nice kind of, I would say, deep rosy nude lip liner. So that's it right there. It looks really good with more deeper nude lipsticks. Also you can pair it with slightly lighter ones actually, because you can sort of use it to outline the lips and then diffuse a little bit with a lighter lipstick. So yeah, that's a really nice lip liner. It's very creamy and it's a really lovely shade as well. I love the design of it actually, with this kind of like gothic lid on it there. Really nice. So another one that I've been liking this year is from Illamasqua. It's their colouring pencil, which is a lip pencil, in the shade Raw. That's it right there. These are all nudes, by the way, that I'm showing you, just slightly different undertone, not undertones, just slightly different shades of nudes. So that is the Raw shade from Illamasqua right there. As you can see, it's lighter than the Haus one, or the House one. Yeah, that's a great lip pencil actually to use to outline the lips and just fill in your lips sort of thing. You can wear it on its own. You can also pair it with lighter lipsticks or liquid lipsticks. Another one that I've been loving is actually from the drugstore, and it's my second one, or probably not, actually I think it's my third one of this, I'm not too sure, but it's the L'Oreal Lip Liner Couture. So that's it. Well, I've got two here, but that's it right there. I just used it actually to fill in my lips today. That's right there. And this one is probably my most used one. I feel it's more versatile, that I can pair it with basically every single one of my nudes. That's it right there. It's a little bit more on the pinky side, but for my kind of lips I prefer that. I can also use this as well to overline my lips and just like not apply any lipstick or any liquid lipstick on top, you know, because it just looks really kind of natural. It just looks like it just enhances my lips and my lip colour sort of thing, without being too overdone. And like that's the other one there that I had that I was sharpening right down, but I cannot sharpen anymore because it gets stuck in the sharpener. But yeah, like I really love that. Shows you how much I love it, because this one's right down to the wick basically, and I think this is my second one. It's been down to the wick, so this is my third one. That's how much I love it. Not just this year, I've been using that for the past couple of years, but it's been my most used this past year. And then another one that I really like, that I used a lot this year as well, not this year, sorry, last year, 2019, like whatever, I'll probably say this year, last year, whatever. This year is the MAC lip pencil in the shade Bold the Bear. It's another one of my faves. This one's a little bit lighter of a rosy nude than the House one, so that's it right there. Yeah, the House one's a little bit deeper, if you can see that. But yeah, these have been my absolute favourite lip liners from the past year that I've used a lot. Yeah, so now for lipsticks or liquid lipsticks, I have a couple here that I have pulled out that I've used the most. Two of them are brand new this year, and another one I think is a slightly older product, but I only got last year. So the first one is the Haus Laboratories, what's this called again? Le Riot lip gloss in the shade Venus. So this is an absolute gorgeous liquid lipstick. It's super comfortable and really glossy, and it's in the most perfect shade as well for me. It's a pinky nude, like so. I'm not the best at swatching that there, am I? There we are. So that's it right there. Gorgeous shade. I love it so much. It feels really comfortable on the lips. Doesn't feel sticky or tacky on the lips, and pairs well with the lip liner in the shade Myth. So love that as a lip gloss. That's probably my favourite from the past year, but I really love the Charlotte Tilbury ones as well, but I think they were limited edition, so I don't want to include them. So a lipstick that I have been loving this year, that's actually from the drugstore, that I just got this year, I think it's been out for a good few years now. I'm not too sure though, but it is the Maybelline Shine lipstick in the shade number 50 Baddest Beige. So that's it right there. And this is the most gorgeous kind of glossy looking lipstick from the drugstore. Like, it has a creamy glossy finish to it. It's what I actually have on my lips today. I just tap a little bit on like that with that L'Oreal lip liner that I showed you, and it's just perfect. So I have this on my lips today. It's one of my absolute favourite lipsticks from the drugstore that has a glossy finish to it, so that's right there. It just pairs well with a lot of different eye looks and makeup looks that you're going for, because you know it's more on that kind of neutral nudie side, even though it has that pinky hint to it. I feel like for me it's just that perfect shade that's not too dark of a nude, it's not too pale of a nude, it's just that perfect in between shade. Yeah, love that so much. It kind of reminds me of the shade of my favourite creamy lipstick from the drugstore, which is the Barry M169 shade, which is Truffle Shuffle, I think. Yeah, another lipstick I've been loving in 2019 is this one here from Charlotte Tilbury. So she brought out like these limited edition packagings and like little kind of like, obviously the shades I think are limited edition. Well, limited edition, I think they're still available right now, I'm not too sure because they are refillable. These are called, oh god, I cannot remember the name of these now. Why can't I remember the name of these? Like, I can't remember the name of these right now, I will obviously leave it on the screen. But this one is in the shade Angel Alessandra, and this is a kind of peachy nude colour like so. I've worn this a lot over the past 6 months, I would say. Like, I got this after I came back from holiday in the summer. Actually, I had a PR packaging from Charlotte Tilbury when I came back. I was so excited, and it was these. I have like the other couple of shades of these as well, but this one is my favourite. It's the Angel Alessandra shade, that's right there. A lovely kind of peachy nude shade. It just looks absolutely gorgeous. It makes your lips look really juicy looking as well, very youthful, and yeah, very creamy on the lips. Lasts a good amount of time on the lips. I like to pair all my lipsticks with a lip liner underneath, because that way I feel like my lipstick lasts longer, because it does tend to fade quite, disappear on my lips quite quickly if I don't pair my lipsticks with a lip liner. Now, I know a lot of people tend to mention skincare in the Best of Beauty videos as well, but I have used a lot of skincare this year, and a lot of it I've loved. A lot of it's really expensive skincare products, because like I've gotten things in PR from like Look Fantastic and things like that, which I am so grateful for. Like, I love them. Like Elemis and things like that, like super duper expensive moisturisers and serums and things. And I could sit here with like a list of loads of amazing ones, but like I don't really want to mention them all on my channel, because like skincare I feel like it's different for everyone, and it can be really expensive, you know. I will link my favourite skincare items down below in the description box for you that I've been using this past year. Like, I love the LMS Pro Collagen moisturiser, I really love the LMS Overnight Matrix cream. Like, these are all like my favourites. I have been using them this past year. A lot of facial spritz from eSpa. So I'll just link a few of my favourite skincare products down in the description box for you, because like I know I don't really have that much experience with skincare products. I just know what kind of works well for me, and there are a lot more kind of higher end and expensive products that if I recommend them to you and they don't work for you, then I would be like so upset. So I don't really want to sort of like shove them in your face right now, but I will just leave some down below just in case you're interested in some of my favourite ones. So that's all I've got to say about skincare for you. That's all the products for my Best of Beauty 2019. These are all amazing products. They work amazingly for me, and I highly recommend them all to you. They're just really good quality products, and a lot of them are high end unfortunately, but these are just stuff that I found to work really well for me over the past year. I'll leave everything linked below as always for you guys, and I would love to know some of your favourite products from the past year down in the comment section. If you liked this video and enjoyed it, then please give it a big thumbs up, hit the subscribe button just down below if you haven't already, and I'll speak to you very soon in my next video. Bye!